Welcome, Knicks family. I hope you're all safe and healthy. I hope your family's safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family are being met this weekend, that you're all safe and healthy, and that you're enjoying your weekend. And we're now on Sunday, the end of the weekend. And of course, there was huge news this weekend. Huge trade between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, before we go into that, let's look at the minor stuff. And again, welcome Gorilla Jakes, Joshua, Deshaun Wilson, and Grill, Miss Edwards, Fuego Fredo, the only DM Dawson, my man Guilford McCormick, EL, Stephen Kelly, my brother, Corey Lindsay Flex, my brother Organic Fanatic, Castle King Carry the One. Castle King Carry the One, Castillo, the Triple C. What's up? And CW Flash, J Sniper, JR Costa, my brother that we meet at the games, Floridian, Boz, New York, KNYT, Jabroni Z. And what's up, y'all? John Pettit, my man, Michael Everhart. I hope everybody's doing well today. All right, so let's get to this stuff. First, let's go to the minor stuff, which happens to be the Knicks. Let me tell you something, man. If it wasn't for the Knicks, I probably wouldn't be watching a lot of pro basketball. If it wasn't for the Knicks, I probably wouldn't even pay attention to pro basketball until the playoffs. And it had been that way for a while because I really only care about that because of the Knicks, which is why I'm very sensitive about the Knicks. And I'm very sensitive when I see what they've been doing and where they are. And when people try to whine and bellyache and bitch about where they are, when I've known where they come from and I've seen where they came from and I see where they were at their height and went to their bottom and now they're back at the height again. And so that's the one thing. So I very rarely care or even want to discuss what other teams are doing because I really don't care. Okay. But I think I'd be remiss if I didn't discuss this transaction that happened. Now, Dallas messed up. Let me just say, Dallas messed up. Okay. I don't know what happened. There is no way that anybody in their right mind is trading a talent, a 25-year-old talent that's healthy now in Luka Doncic, a prodigy. That's what I've been saying this about this boy before he even came to the league. Just like when LeBron was in high school. I don't know if some of y'all remember, but when LeBron was in high school, there were people that thought he should be in the league when he was 16 years old. They were discussing that because that's how much of a prodigy he was at 16. Okay. And he is probably maybe Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain. That's it. That I would say, at 16 could have probably played in the league. Not that many. There's not that many guys that were that naturally gifted. There's been a lot of talent, obviously in the NBA, but I'm talking about like when Magic Johnson was 16, he was already 6'8", already running point, could already play on the NBA level. Wilt Chamberlain was 16. He was already destroying the Boston Celtics' best players when he was 16 years old. So, I mean, that kind of thing is very, very rare. Abdul-Jabbar, when he was Lou Alcindor, him too. But there wasn't that many. There's not that many guys. And it's not that, it's because most people as human beings, your body matures, and you usually mature more once you're past 16. So it's very rare you get a guy that's that good. When Luka Doncic was 15 years old, he was the best basketball player in Europe. When he was 15 years old. And that's legit. It wasn't even like you was hyping him. At 15, he was balling. He could outball anybody that stepped on the floor in Europe. Okay, that's how good he was. See, so that's a prodigy right there. That's a prodigy, man. That's a dude that could just roll out of bed and destroy anybody that you put in front of him. And he was 15, okay? And most guys that were in how I knew about them is that they were interviewing. Thank L for the $5. This trade looks like the new Dallas ownership. So Luka expendable. They figured the future complex with a casino does not need basketball. So I guess I don't know. I don't know any scenario unless you're selling the team. I don't know any scenario that you give up a prodigy at age 25. I don't know how you do that. Now, this is like, okay, and I'm not trying to diss, and this is the thing. There's so much dissing that goes on in media and social media over athletes. Okay, there's so much dissing that goes on. There's a lot of dynamics I don't like personally. Like people sometimes, like for example, Jericho Sims, people feel the need to crap on Sims to justify why the Knicks would be trading him. It's not always somebody sucks while you trading him. It's just the way the situation is sometimes. Okay. And so I'm not trying to crap on Anthony Davis, but there are two types of superstars in the league. There's a guy like LeBron. Let's measure, and this is how I measure it. The year before LeBron was drafted, the Cleveland Cavaliers won 17 games. The year before he was drafted. They added him to basically the same team. The next year, they doubled their win total to 35. And by LeBron's fourth season, he's now just 22. They're in the finals. Pretty much the same team. Okay? That's a guy that is a winner and a prodigious talent. He could take whatever team you put him on, they're going to be better. Cleveland was a laughing stock. And they got LeBron James, and in 4 years, they were in the finals. With basically the same team. Okay? That is a prodigious talent. Okay? So, AD, though, when he was drafted by New Orleans, they won like 17 games. And they kept winning like 17 games. Then they got into 500 ball. Then they went back to 30-game winning. And they couldn't do anything. So then they did the smart thing, traded him, got a whole bunch of young assets, ended up with Balloon Boy Zion, which if he's in shape, they're a playoff team too. Okay. But that's another thing. So AD ain't LeBron. AG is a good Robin to a LeBron. Okay. He's not LeBron. Luka is very similar to LeBron. Before they got Luka, they won like 20 games. Then they go to 30 games. Then they go this last year. Was it last year or the year before? They was in the finals, right? That's what kind of talent that talent shows up in championships. Okay. There's Barkley's out there, Charles Barkley's, who, he's a great player, Hall of Fame player, but he could never get a team over the top. Okay. He had to have a really good Phoenix team to get to the final. That was a tremendous team. If you look at the roster of that Phoenix team that went to the final with Charles Barkley, there's several players that you can make arguments that were Hall of Fame players. LeBron didn't have that. When Cleveland went to the finals against the Spurs, it was LeBron and a whole bunch of dudes. Okay? Luka really didn't have a whole lot. He had a rookie, Derek Lively, and Kyrie Irving, and they went to the finals. Okay? So there's a difference. You do not trade a 25-year-old guy like that. You must have some serious locker room problems to trade that guy. There must have been something going on internally. You do not trade him. If somebody, as a matter of fact, I looked into social media and people were like, is this real? Because a lot of people were like, this must be some NBA Central BS, right? Somebody just making this mess up and using Sham's name. But no, and even like they asked, y'all seen what Devin Booker said, you mean Luka Garza, right? Not Luka Doncic. Nobody was like, no, you ain't trade Luka Doncic, did you? I mean, there's no way that I would believe. I thought, I was like, no, you don't trade. Not at 20. If he's 29 and you've gotten everything you could get out of him, okay. All right, I'll get it then. But you don't be trading no 25-year-old Luka Doncic that's already a prodigy that can get better. So here, look at him. Dallas had Jalen Brunson for $55 million. And he walked away. Like, he gone. They ain't getting him back. Dallas had Kristaps Porzingis with Luka Doncic, and they traded him. They gave up the world to get him. Then they traded him. And now they get Luka paired with Kyrie, and they trading Luka. I'm sorry. Mark Cuban just lost a lot of points with me. I used to respect him when he used to make these moves, but I was like, what the hell are you thinking about? How you going to do that? Now, it is possible. I'm not going to say it ain't possible that AD could get real motivated with Kyrie, and they could come running now, and they could make a run. That's possible. I mean, they still got Derek Lively, right? They still got Gafford. They now have Kyrie. They got a nice team. But, Dad, I just can't. I don't know who owns it now. I know he gave up some stake in the Jabronis. I don't know what percentage he owns or who's making the decisions, but they screwed up. That was a major loss. They screwed up right there. Now you add Luka to another prodigy in LeBron. And speaking of LeBron, look, last night I watched this game. I have not seen LeBron this year. Like, I've seen a couple of their games, but not on the big screen like this. I haven't seen LeBron move like this in a minute. 40 years old. He made some moves that reminded me of when he was on Miami. I mean, that's how quick. The thing about LeBron James is he's 6'9", 250 pounds, as Clyde Frazier would say, of fury. He can play make, he can rebound, he could score, and he can play all NBA level defense. Okay, this is LeBron James. He can read your plays before you know what's going on. He already knows what's happening. The great ones do that. Larry Bird used to go into the huddle and say, this is the play they're getting ready to run before they went out. So LeBron is like that. So it's not just the physical talent of prodigy you got with him. It's the mental aspect. And I'm not arguing whether he's the greatest that ever played NBA ball. That's an argument that's a waste of time and space to me. LeBron's a great player. He's a Hall of Fame player. He has 4 NBA championships. He's a multiple-time All-NBA All-Star. So I'm not trying to, diss and act like an asshole, excuse me, like some of y'all try to act like this time smart. LeBron's a great player. And last night, watching him go baseline on Hart, like Hart wasn't even there. And then flush it with 2 hands. I remember when I saw Carmelo started to decline. When he one time when he was at his peak, and the next year he started to decline. He would go baseline like that and flush it on somebody. Carmelo, the next year you stop seeing him dunk as much. And I'm not saying dunking means, you're a great player, but it shows a level of athleticism. To be able to do that with everything else. So Melo would go, the year before that, Woodson was the coach, and he went baseline on somebody at the end of a game that he had dominated the game and flushed it with 2 hands. And then after that, even Mike Breen and Clark started saying, he doesn't dunk as much anymore. Okay. He doesn't dunk as much anymore. And that's because his athleticism had declined. I'm watching LeBron go baseline. First half he did it, and second half he did it. And before the help could get there, see, the Knicks were rotating, but before the help can get there, you understand basketball, you know what I'm saying. He cut and went baseline on Hart, and before the help could get there, he had already flushed it with 2 hands. This man is 40 years old. This man is 40 years old. Some of y'all need to understand, you don't see this every day, man. This ain't something you're going to see all the time. This is a prodigy that you're watching, okay? I saw him go through a double team last night. This is the New York Knicks. They play hard defense. They lost the game last night. So what? They lose. But damn, he went through a double team like the 2 dudes wasn't even there and got to the basket with 1 dribble, boom, layup. Lots of times I would see Judah aka Precious Achiuwa, catch people and block their shot from behind. He was a quarter, just a split second late with LeBron. That was by design. LeBron is something else, man. No AD. They beat the Knicks in the Garden last night. This is the league. This happens. Okay, this is the league. This is what happens. So the Knicks went 5-1. The Knicks still gonna be good. Yeah, we talk about OG. OG sprained his foot. You know, I don't know about y'all, but when I first saw him reach down and grab the lower part of his leg, I said, "Oh shoot, that's an Achilles." That's what I thought. I don't know if did you see when he just buckled and I saw him reach down and grab the top part of his ankle. I was like, "Is that an Achilles, man? If that's an Achilles, we done." I was like, damn. And I was trying to figure out, okay, what's the next move? Oh, okay, we start Precious. We got Mitch Rob coming. I was already trying to figure that out because I was like, that's an Achilles, man. I said, man, that's an Achilles. He's done. But then what gave me encouragement was that he walked off the floor. See, if it was an Achilles, the only guy I seen with an Achilles that walked off the floor was Kobe. And y'all know Kobe's maniac. You know, Kobe was a maniac. Kobe walked off the floor with the torn Achilles. You don't do that. Usually it's like and generally an Achilles injury is a non-contact injury. You're planting your foot and you're moving opposite. You know, if you're right foot, you're moving to your left with a lot of pressure, and that's what causes the snap of the Achilles. So I thought it was an Achilles. When he limped off and walked down the hallway, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's not an Achilles. Okay, maybe it's not an Achilles. I was scared to death, man. I mean, the whole garden went quiet. It's one of them situations where, you know, the garden just went quiet. Even the players, everybody was holding their breath. And it's like when Juju got hurt last year, same thing, okay? And they asked Tip after the game, are you concerned? He said, I'm very concerned. That's when you knew it was serious. But with OG, they came back before the game was over and said it was a sprained. They did an MRI or something. And they said they did X-rays and they said it's a sprained right foot. I was like, okay, sprained right foot. Okay, maybe he comes back after the All-Star break. That's what I was thinking. You know, unless they say otherwise, I'm thinking he's out until after the All-Star break. Fine, and I'm good with that because look. We start Precious. Listen, every time Precious plays 30 minutes, I got to look this up for real, but without fail, when this cat plays 30 minutes, it's a double machine you're going to get from Precious Achiuwa. It's high rebounds and high scoring and tough defense whenever this guy plays more than 30 minutes. I didn't look this up. I'm looking it up right now, but I'm telling you, Precious Achiuwa is like 15 points, 15 rebounds when he gets 30 minutes or more. That's automatic. So while I don't want to I don't want OG out for too long, I'm not as worried as if he was going to miss the whole season, you know, because of a torn Achilles and be back next year. So, you know, good. I'm not worried. We got Precious. If Mitch Rob comes back and Tom Thibodeau said he's close, those are that's the term Tibbs used to describe. I didn't see the DeJounte Murray situation. I just heard about that he torn his Achilles, but I actually didn't see that one. But the thing is that my point in making that is Achilles injury is a very serious injury. In case you're missing the point, it's a very serious. It's a season-ending injury, Achilles, and it takes a lot for a guy to work back from. Okay, it's almost like what the ACL used to be before they got the technology up. Okay, so it's a season-ending situation. So I'm glad it wasn't an Achilles for OG. It was sprained foot. Yeah. So if OG is not able to go until after the All-Star break, that's cool. I mean, you know, like I said, we'd rather it not be that way, but shoot, it could be a lot worse. I think all of us understand that. It could be a lot worse than, you know, if he's going to be back after the break and not, you know, missed the whole season. Shoot, man. Whew, that's all I'm saying. So, yeah, we gonna be all right. So, and we got good backup with Precious. So Precious could start, and you know him and Gato next to each other have been tremendous already. So you now have that. Yeah, you just have it now. They'll be starting. That's no problem. Or you could even start Deuce. So you got backup. You got Deuce, you got Precious, you good. And you got Mitchell Robinson returning. Tibbs said he's very close. So I'm not worried about that. Okay. Yeah, and actually, what do we get out of OG now? How many games was this? Was this 50 games? How many games did the Knicks play so far? The Knicks have played, they're 32-17, so they played 49 games, and we had 49 games without OG missing a game. He's kind of due, right? As long as he's ready for the playoffs, I think we okay, right? I think we okay. So we got 49 games, and he's going to miss through probably the All-Star break, because we in February 1st, yesterday, the 8th, then the next week is the All-Star break, then they come back around. When do they come back from the All-Star break? Their next game is like the 20th, right? I know the 12th is the last game for the Knicks before the All-Star break. And then they come back. When do they come back? After the All-Star break, they come back on the 20th. Yeah. So he's going to miss 3 weeks, which is fine. Cool. Miss the 3 weeks and then come back after that. Okay, that's cool. L says, thanks for the $5, man. ACL tears could be the footwear. Feet can't splay the shoes, but that's $1 billion rabbit hole industry designed for. Yeah, but if he played 49 games and there was no problem, I don't know. I think he's good. I think he's all right. So hopefully he don't miss the rest of the season. But I was already thinking, what we're going to do. Okay, if he's out for the rest of the season, if that's an Achilles, we start Precious. We got Mitch Rob coming back. We still got Deuce. We should be okay. That's the way I was thinking. I still think that way. So it's like, we still got Precious. Precious plays more minutes, and Precious is, if you all recall, Precious was very good last year playing heavy minutes. Precious was very good last year playing heavy minutes. I don't think we had any problem with him last year playing heavy minutes when we were shorthanded. And I think he has upside. That is Precious Achiuwa. He has upside, and with that upside, I'm thinking he's gonna, he's gonna show us some things, man. Yeah, Precious Achiuwa is gonna be all right. So I'm not as worried about that. We're pretty deep. The Knicks, pretty deep. In spite of all the whining about getting more talent, we're pretty deep already. The Knicks are pretty good, so I'm not as worried about that. So I was just concerned. I thought it was going to be a daggone Achilles, man. So anyway, this I'm trying to get Precious up here, so because I really do want to see what that's about. I do want to see what that's about with respect to him playing 30 minutes. Because last year, every time he seemed to play double-digit minutes, that dude produced, man. He really did. So I want to see that this year, and I think it's going to be the same. Because yesterday, what did he have yesterday? He had like 15 points, 16 boards, or some craziness like that. Yeah, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. But yeah, that trade, I don't know what Dallas is thinking. Like I said, there must be something we don't know. There must be something we don't know that went down with Luka. That's what I'm saying. There must be something we don't know that went down with Luka. That's the only thing I can think of, because there's no way I would be trading Luka Doncic. I just don't see why would you do that. I don't understand, but there's no way I would do that. This is no way, man. There's just no freaking way I'm trading Luka Doncic at age 25. I don't care. I'll trade the whole rest of the team, but not him. I'm not doing it. So here, Precious had 16 games last year where he played at least 30 minutes. Okay, 16 games. He had the worst one of those 16. He had, what did he have? Let me see. He had 4 points and 10 boards. The best game, he had 23 points and 14 boards. He had 13 points and 16 boards. He had 15 points and 11 boards. He had 15 points and 14 boards. That's what I'm saying. This cat, man, you let him get 30 minutes and you're going to see some things. 18 points, 11 boards, 4 points, 11 boards. You let him play 30 minutes and you're going to see some things. And like I said, with respect to Precious, I've been saying there's upside. He's getting better as we're watching him. He's getting better as they're watching. Yeah, so, yeah. But I don't know what Dallas was thinking. You're trading Luka. I know J. Kidd must be pulling his hair out. whatever he got left. J Kidd must be upset, man. I can't see why he wouldn't be. I don't understand. Some from Brooklyn, good afternoon. Thanks for the 5 bones, man. I showed up late to the hive. Skies falling last night, Lord. Some from Brooklyn. I ain't seen no idiocy in here at this point. There's no fuckery about firing Tibbs or sky falling. I haven't seen that yet. At least I haven't caught it with my eye on this particular thing. So I haven't seen that, son. So far, seems like everybody's staying calm. The big news, of course, is the Luka for AD trade that happened. I don't think the Knicks are going to make any big trades this year, like this week, aside from what Ian Begley already said with respect to Jericho Sims. I can see them moving him, and I don't even know where they're moving him. Oh, he sold 73% of his stake. Okay, all right. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who's making the decisions, man. The important thing is that a decision was made, and it was a bad decision. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Overall, who makes it? If it's Cuban, all right. If it wasn't Cuban, I don't know what I'm saying. Whoever made the decision, they made a bad decision. That's all I'm saying. Whoever made it, if it was Cuban, he done lost me a little bit. But okay. Wait, Michael Everhart, are you actually? Is that a serious question? You're being facetious, right? You're not being. You're being facetious, right, Michael? Why didn't Begley see the Luka trade coming? What the hell? What, is he supposed to have a crystal ball? Did anybody see this trade coming? Nobody's seen this trade coming. You got to be joking. You're joking, right? You're joking, right? Okay, you got to be joking. I had some knucklehead I saw about why did the Knicks trade all their picks when they could have got Luka 4 months later? Like, what, they supposed to look in their crystal ball and say, "Oh, Luka's coming. Let's save all our picks for Luka." Come on, man. Oh God. Yeah. I mean, they showed KD and Beal and Booker, and nobody knew that this was going to happen. There's no way, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, anybody with any kind of sense would not trade a 25-year-old prodigy. You're not going to do that. You trade everybody else on your team and build around him. That's what you do. That's like Detroit trading Cade Cunningham. Or it's crazy, man. Why would you do that? Oh man, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. You know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it is business. It is a business. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. A SK Low, what the inconsistent defense? You knew we just won 5 straight, right? What you think, they're supposed to be robots and perform at the level you expect them to every night? This ain't freaking high school. This is the league, man. Any particular night, somebody can beat somebody. That's the way it works. Stop acting like a damn asshole. No, they didn't play good defense last night. Guess what? It happens. Damn. Damn, I'm worried about their inconsistent defense. Oh my God. It still kills me. I still see people come on my channel like, "Oh, they're going to win this game. They should easily win this game." Like, easily? You realize what league you're in? This is the league, man. This ain't high school. Yeah. What you think? He was just with cheerleaders last night and they going to show up and just play? This is the league. Oh, my gosh, man. Anyway. You know what? I gotta really give the Lakers coach a lot of credit last night. I gotta give him a lot of credit last night. I mean, I gotta give the Lakers coach, what's his name again? I gotta give him a lot of credit. Because what he did last night is he was doubling on both sides, because JJ Redick, they were obviously studying the Knicks. And what they did was, on one side, they doubled Cat, and on the other side, they doubled Brunson. And they were very effective. And Brunson was, not trying to make an excuse, but Brunson was missing a lot of shots that he would normally hit. Matter of fact, Brunson did not shoot the ball well from the foul line last night, did he? Was it just in my imagination, or did he suck from the foul line last night? Let's see. Brunson from the foul line last night. Three of 7. That's not Jalen Brunson from the foul line. 3 of 7. See? So it was just one of them nights, man. It was just one of them nights. 3 of 7. It happens, man. You know, I hate it when people try to act like they're supposed to be 100% every night. They're never supposed to lose a game. They're never supposed to miss a free throw. And then when you decide there's a problem and they lose a game. This is the league, man. Nobody goes 82-0. People lose games. You know, what I'm saying is the Knicks just won 5 straight. They beat some playoff teams. And now what we really want to focus on is they got to turn around and get ready for tomorrow night against Houston. That's the thing. They got to get ready for tomorrow night against Houston. It's time to get ready. So we got another game coming up. Okay, Knicks. Tomorrow against Houston. You got to play better perimeter defense tomorrow night. Period. End of story. Got to play better perimeter defense. Got to do that. Okay. You know, Houston's a really good team. There's no doubt about it. Houston is what? 2nd in the West? They can't be no more than 3rd in the West. I know they up there. Let me see. Houston they're really good. I mean, I wouldn't be messing with them. They're 2nd in the West. They're 2nd in the West. They just lost 2 straight. So we catch them in a little bit of down cycle, but that don't mean nothing. This is the league. And they come into Madison Square Garden. And you got a bunch of players that like the ball. And they will ball. And you got a bunch of dudes that can show out. You got Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, who's been balling. Dylan Brooks, who's a Knick nemesis from even when he was in Memphis. And then you saying Alperen Sengun is out? Is he out? Let me see. Alperen Sengun is day-to-day. Calf. Ruled out for Saturday's game against the Nets. He might play. Sengun might play. Okay. He didn't play last night, but he might play. Okay. And Ime Udoka, watch your wife. Watch your wife around Ime Udoka, the player. He could coach, though. Shoot, he could coach. He's a player, but he could coach. He's a player. I mean, right? Watch your wife. He's a player, but he could coach, though. Ime Udoka. Okay. He could coach, man. Yeah, he could coach. So, yeah. Skilo, you bring in this Twitter BS in my channel, and I don't like it. A weak Lakers team. What the hell is wrong with you? This ain't Twitter, dude. You can't come in here with that bull crap. Oh, see, this is what it is. You get these dudes that's trying to create content off BS. And some of y'all be picking it up on it like it's legit stuff we need to be talking about. I don't want to talk about. They lost to the Lakers. Okay, next. Houston Knicks. Can we move on? And the world didn't end because they lost to the Lakers. Nothing changed. And now we're out of OG, whatever amount of games between now and the 20th of February. Okay. You got to play without OG. Next. We got to move on. This don't change the trajectory of our team. It doesn't change what our team is capable of. It doesn't change what they could do. It doesn't change that they still going to win 50-something game. I got them 55 games second in the East. It doesn't change that they 2 games behind Boston and Boston looking in their rearview mirror. It doesn't change none of that. We good. Stop tripping. Ime told them boys, no women here. They're all mine. That's right, El. Woo, if Ime was coaching the Knicks, somebody better hire Monica McNutt. That's all I'm saying. If Ime was coaching the Knicks, somebody better hide Monica McNutt. She better wear one of them Muslim dresses and cover everything except her eyes. You better do that if Ime's coaching the Knicks. Sure. Ime is a player. Ime, if he came to New York with that type of game, though, that's a dangerous place to be doing that. You can't be messing around. He can't really do it in H-Town either. H-Town don't play that. You might get away with that in Beantown, but you can't do that mess in H-Town. Them H-Town boys don't play. I mean, they come. Texas, you don't want to mess with them down there. Don't be messing with nobody's woman in Texas, Ime, because you might get plugged up. You can't do that down there. Just like you can't do it in New York. Ime better get his little stable of stuff that's not taken. Don't be messing with nobody's wife in H-Town now. They don't play that down there. They don't play that. They don't. That's what I'm saying, Guilford McCormick. They don't play that down there. This ain't Beantown, baby. This H-Town. You better stay cool. Get you a nice woman and stay chill. Don't start acting up now. You mess with the wrong one's woman, they might not like that. H-Town don't play that. OG got a sprained right foot. And we don't know how long he's going to be out, but they said x-rays were negative. So x-rays were negative means nothing is broken, nothing is torn. Okay, it's a sprain. So that's actually good news. So let's just be conservative and say, Michael, you crazy. I can't reveal the conversation that went on between me and Miss McNutt. No, let me say it because she is married and I don't want to get in no trouble with nobody's wife. So I said, you know, I heard you got married. I did say that. She said, yeah, I said, she said, I'm in it to win it. I said, you good, you good. I said, your husband lucky, you good. I said, I've been married 40 years. So don't worry, I'm good too. Don't worry about it. But it was good to get the selfie with her. I ain't gonna front. Oh, I don't know, L. Thanks for the $2. I don't think he want no. I don't think he want what typical brothers want. But then again, because if you seen, never mind, because he was swirling a little bit. Am I wrong about that? Am I right about that? When he was in Beantown, he was swirling, right? He was swirling a little bit. Brother had Nia Long and was swirling. You know, right? Am I right though? He had Nia Long and he was swirling. What was it? Was it just curiosity? Oh my gosh. I was like, what did you do, dude? Nia Long. I mean, I could see, like if he was like, all right, let me see what Holly Berry is like. Let me look into that. You know, let me look into something like that. All right. Oh, hey, oh yeah, you know, or a Selma Hayek, something like that. If you want to go the Northern Tribe route, you know, you know, okay. But you gonna swirl with Nia Long? You's a fool, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I don't get it, man. You gonna swirl with Nia Long? And from what I understand, it was somebody in the film room or something that's like that. Somebody. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Michael Drake, is that a prediction you're trying to make that they're gonna trade Obi? Is that a prediction? You're predicting they're gonna trade Obi? Did somebody tell you that, or did the Pacers actually put out something saying Obi's gonna be traded, or is that one of these NBA Central clickbait bullcrap? Sound like that to me. But anyway. Yeah, you right, outlaw comedian. You right about that though, right? I mean, yeah. I guess it happens, man. I don't know, Shaquan. I don't know. If you on high profile like that, you gotta, I don't know, man. I don't know. Shoot, dang. I couldn't believe it. I said, wait. It just looks bad though, doesn't it though? I mean, you got Nia Long at the game for you, right? And then you get losing your job because you swirling. And then you see who you swirling with and you be like, what the hell, man? That just does something to a sister's, you know, she got to save her face. You know, Nia Long is monomic and nut level chocolate, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn, you know, you can't just be like with Nia Long. And the swirl was married too. What the hell, man? Damn, you know. I don't know. But that's what the brother did. All I'm saying though is he could pull that mess in Beantown. You can't pull that in H-Town. You can't. You pull that in H-Town, you better not go to no gas station or nothing. You better be under serious guard. Because them brothers don't play down there. They don't play. And especially over their women, you know. So I wouldn't. He may better learn his lesson and chill. Yeah, they not with that, man. They not with that. And they be seriously packing down there, you know. They don't play that. Yeah, don't do it. But the boy could coach. on the serious rep, the boy could coach. I mean, right? I mean, there's no doubt. Ime came from Boston going to the championship, and they were on their way there with him. Or, respect to the brother that's doing the job now. But Houston then went to a new level. Like they turned from getting their lunch taken to taking people's lunch. Right? Are we right? Did y'all see that? They turned from getting their lunch taken, like Cleveland, to taking people's lunch. Dylan Brooks, just like you see Josh Hart, right, is the heart of the Knicks. Dylan Brooks is that for Houston. Dylan Brooks is that for Houston. He is the Rodman. I'm gonna put my foot in your behind. We gonna throw down today type dude. And they're both of them Thompson boys. Both of them Thompson boys, man. I tell you, they were both lottery, right? The Thompsons both went lottery, right? I think both of them boys went top 10. Isn't that right? Both of them Thompson boys went top 10. And I thought they was good now. I wasn't sure they were worth that high a pick, I'm gonna be honest. But both them twin boys could ball, both of them, especially on defense. And that's what gets me. You want to get my attention? Show me some defense. That's why Chris Brown over there in Denver, people was like, well, they played Brown. He was a rookie. You better get a load of who that boy is. That boy came in the league playing NBA level defense. NBA level defense. I had some fool talking about, well, we should play Kolick. I mean, Denver played Chris Brown. That's like saying, I got this kid that can read a little bit and he's 5 years old. But then I got this guy that's 16 years old that's got his PhD in physics. That two different things. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare. Chris Brown is a grown-ass man body that could play grown-ass man defense when he come in as a rookie and had IQ on top of it. Don't be comparing him to somebody that can't guard a traffic cone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. That's not even real. That's stupid, right? How you going to do that? You can't compare him to a dude that can't guard a traffic cone. Kolick can't even guard a shadow. If you take a door to him, he couldn't guard it. Yo, speaking of that, did y'all see D Rose did a podcast with Tony Allen and Zebo? Did y'all see that? I recommend that. If you like to get real NBA players talking real game, and they don't get no realer than D Rose. D Rose, Tony Allen, and Zebo. Yo, and they were talking about D Rose like, I wish they would put somebody on me that can't play no defense. And they were all in agreement. Oh, yeah, you go at that punk. You punk him. See, and I was like, see, somebody from the Knicks need to watch this. They was talking just like that, man. Oh my God. I kept watching one. I said, let me see one more episode. It was like that. It was real good. Let me see if I can find. Where's that damn thing? It was really good. That's all I can say. It was good, man. It was they had a name for it, Talio or something. And I was like, dang, man, these cats know what they talking about. And they were asking D Rose, and D Rose said, man, I wish they would put somebody on me that can't play no defense. He said, especially in the playoffs. He said, I will destroy them, and I will tell them about it. He said, that's what you got to do. Yeah, it's on YouTube, man. It's on YouTube. Damn, I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna look up the history because I got the history part here. Where is the damn thing at, man? Yeah, because I was looking at that and I was like, damn, I wish people would watch this because they telling you how it really is in the league, how they be thinking when they see a weekly. It's almost like, it's like in the jungle when you see the cheetahs. The cheetahs don't go after the fastest, fattest prey. They go after the weakest prey, the one that's in the back. And NBA players do the same thing. You talking about Tony Allen, 6 times all defense. You talking about Zebo, part of grit and grind in Memphis, and used to play for the Knicks, 2010 dude. And then you talking about D Rose. And they were just, man, you got to hear that. That was good, man. I ain't friend. That was real good. I was like, dag, man. I can't find the daggone thing now. I'm looking for the history. See. Let me see if I can get it for y'all. I'll tell you what it is. It had a name. Somebody said mud something. Is it that? I don't know. Is it mud something? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Out the Mud podcast. That's what it was. Out the Mud podcast. Somebody in here said it. I can give you your credit. Who was it? Felicia Lee? You right. Felicia Lee is right. Miss Lee said, tell me. She know. Did you see it, Miss Lee? Did you see it? Yo, they were getting real, man. That was more fun than the roommates. And I like the roommates podcast, but that was more fun than the roommates podcast. They was really coming correct, man. They were coming straight. And so the next time one of you knuckheads about, let's play pilot callback. Why can't we play Hoop Party? Listen to that podcast and you'll understand why I'm telling y'all, stop tripping. Somebody kept bringing up Hoop Party yesterday. Why can't we develop Hoop Party? I said, man, I don't want to hear ish about Hoop Party till next summer. I don't want to hear nothing about McCullough and G League. Tommy said next summer. When next summer comes, we can talk about that. But for now, I don't want to hear nothing about them. We're trying to win this chip, man. Let's talk about the grown-ass adults in the game, right? Talk about dudes like OG, McCall, Brunson, grown-ass men that's going to win this thing for us. Dudes, let's talk about them. Guys for next year, that's next year. Get that. Yeah. On the mud podcast. Out of the mud podcast. Yep. It was Zebo. It was Tony Allen. And Tony Allen was one of my favorite all-time players. I'm always down with guards that play some hard-nosed defense. It's interesting. Tony Allen came out of Oklahoma State, went to the Celtics. Then after they got Tony Allen, they went and got this other dude out of Oklahoma State, Marcus Smart, right? I like some hard-nosed defensive dudes. And that's why I love me some Deuce, man. And Deuce can hit some jump shot. Marcus Smart couldn't even shoot for his first 4 years in the league. Deuce is not balling, man. Yes, I'm saying. So, Tony Allen was 6 times All-NBA defense. Not even, I'm not even sure he didn't win a DPOY once, but he was definitely one of the perennial dudes that you didn't want to mess with, that you don't want to see every night. There's hell to pay when you go. I like it like that because when a dude shows up and he knows a Deuce McBride's going to be waiting for him, they don't want to see Deuce McBride. They don't want to see Dyson Daniels. Those are the type of guys you want in your backcourt, okay? Maybe they could shoot. You'd like them to be able to shoot like a Deuce can, but he did win. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised because Marcus Smart was one of them guys. Tony Allen too. When you come in to play their team, in your mind, if you're the opposing point guard or whatever, you got to deal with him. You're not looking forward to that. That's what you want. That's what you want. You're not saying, oh, I got a cream puff tonight. I'm going to get off tonight. No. When Tony Allen was on the other side, you wasn't thinking like that. You was like, oh, shoot, got to deal with Tony Allen tonight? Damn. I got to deal with Marcus Smart tonight? Damn. This damn Deuce McBride, he's going to be here tonight? Damn. Nah, Allen was only like 6'4". Tony Allen was like 6'4". He was no more than 6'5". Him and Marcus Smart are like very similar build and size. Smart is like 6'4". Allen is about 6'4". Both of them roughneck dudes look like they could play football. Both of them. Yeah. So, well, the Knicks used to have, like, I would say late 80s, early 90s. You couldn't even play for the Knicks unless you could play defense. You couldn't even play for the Knicks. You couldn't play for the Knicks. You wouldn't even get on the court if you couldn't play no defense. Yeah, you couldn't even. Nah, maybe I'm wrong. Let me look it up. Abraham. Let's take a look. Tony Allen. I thought he was about 6'4" myself. Let me see here. Tony, 6'4", 213. Yeah, 6'4", 213. That's Tony Allen. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. When you get Mitchell Robinson, now listen here. Can we agree? You may not like Mitchell Robinson. Some people don't. I don't understand that. If you're a Knicks fan, you should love this guy. But can we agree that if the opposing team knows a healthy Mitchell Robinson is going to play significant minutes for the Knicks that night, do you think they're concerned with getting into the paint? If Mitchell Robinson is there, do you think there's a concern with them that say, oh, shit, how are we going to get into the paint tonight? Mitchell Robinson's guarding the paint. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. That's what you want. And then don't mess around and get Deuce McBride at the point of attack, and you got OG on one side, McCall on the other. Yeah, you got a problem coming that night. That's what we want. See, when teams fear coming to the Garden back in the day, it was because, damn, Patrick Ewing, damn crazy as Xavier McDaniel. Damn, Charles Oakley. Damn, we got to deal with them tonight. That's what you want. That's what you want. It's like during one of, I think it was Rocky 2, they asked Mr. T, what is your prediction for the fight? He said, I got a prediction. Pain. And that's what we're talking about. I like that. So Anthony Mason, yeah, right. Them roughnecks, we got to deal with them. That's what I want. When somebody come into the Garden, win, lose, or draw, you got to understand there's hell to pay. And that's what we got, y'all. That's what we got right now. That's what we got. There's hell to pay. It's softened up a little bit because we got Cat, right? Cat is not as roughneck as Hartenstein. He's just not. He can't. Hartenstein ain't Cat, and can't nobody guard Cat. Okay. But in terms of being a straight roughneck, Cat is rough now. I ain't saying Cat is very aggressive, very rough. But, you know, Hartenstein is that old school, I'm going to dive on the floor. I should wear elbow pads because I'm getting scraped on the floor today type play. Okay, that's him. And that's what we had last year. So, yeah, very, very gritty. Very gritty. I wouldn't classify Cat as gritty because Cat's on, you know, he's a superstar. He's really, you know, you can't guard him. Nobody could guard him. But last night, I got to give J.J. Redick credit. The game plan that he instituted last night and doubling up Gatto. And the thing is, Gatto did the right thing. Like you saw what he would do. He would hold the ball high and he was looking to see who was cutting. And the Lakers did a tremendous job guarding the lanes last night. They really did. I got to give them credit, man. They really did. They did a tremendous job guarding the lanes last night. They really did. So it was just a type of night. And then you could tell the Knicks kept trying to fight to get back to even, get a little lead, and then the Lakers would respond. That's the type of game you know you're getting ready to lose. Lakers will respond, and then they go ahead, go 5 points, 6 points, 7 points. Knicks come back and then go 5 points. That's a losing battle. Saw that happening. And it was a pattern. You saw it happen. Knicks had just did it against Denver. Same thing, if you remember, Wednesday night, Denver kept trying to come back and the Knicks would respond. Denver kept trying to come back and the Knicks would respond. That's a game the Knicks going to win. That's the game the team that keeps responding is going to win. Okay? Last night, the Lakers kept responding. And LeBron was mostly the guy. I mean, feline quickness at 6'5", 250 or 60 pounds. That's ridiculous, man. Damn. I was like, dang, man, I thought you stopped that like 5 years ago. What you think, you 30 now? He was going crazy, man. Yes, Josh Hart, him and this right knee of his, every day now, y'all notice he's questionable with the right knee. And he was limping a little bit to begin the game last night. We haven't had a guy this tough in a minute. I mean, like Josh Hart. Josh Hart is tough as nails, man. For his sake, we are glad we're getting that 8-day break. And I'm glad he didn't make the All-Star team for that sake. Let him rest, get this knee right, and come back. Listen, the biggest mistake, if I had to call out a Tibbs mistake last night, you cannot have Landry Shamet trying to guard LeBron James. You can't do it. Landry Shamet cannot guard LeBron James. Even, no. OG was doing a great job on LeBron to start the game. I think if OG would have been able to stay in the game, we might have had a shot because OG was doing a really good job on LeBron. And it was interesting because, we know OG's the grown-ass man energy, and he was guarding grown-ass man energy. I mean, the statue of grown-ass man energy is LeBron James. It is. But OG was able to stay with him. But then when OG left the game, and then they had I was like, Shamet cannot guard LeBron. LeBron was not only too strong for Shamet, he was quicker than Shamet. I mean, he went around Shamet like Shamet wasn't there on the baseline and flushed it with 2 hands. Yeah, so OG was hitting his open threes again last night like he had been doing. But Shamet could not guard LeBron James. I was like, that's not, you don't want that. I would have rather seen McCall try to do it or even Gatto because and that's what they ended up doing. You end up having Precious at the end of the game. They started putting Precious on LeBron, and that was a little bit better. And then Hart was trying to guard him. Hart with the bad right knee wasn't going to be able to stay with LeBron. That just wasn't going to happen. That's just amazing to me, though. I mean, think about it. You're telling me that a guy that's in his prime, in Josh Hart, a triple-double threat, a guy that can rebound like better than any 6'4" guy probably in history, right? Of the game, right? He can't guard a 40-year-old dude. I'm not saying, and that's no slight on Josh Hart. What I'm saying is that's how great LeBron is. He can't guard a 40-year-old dude. That 40-year-old dude went by him like he was sitting still. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, so LeBron was really on another level last night. That's just all there is to it. Look, when you look at the stats, did y'all look at the stats for the game? Did you look at the stats? Because when you look at the stats for that game, look at this. They're going Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith hit 5 3-pointers last night. 5 3-pointers. Last night, Dorian Finney-Smith hit 5. Austin Reeves hit 4. It's ridiculous. Austin Reeves hit 4 3-pointers. LeBron hit 3. Rui Hachimura hit 3, mostly from the same exact spot. And then Dorian Finney-Smith hit 5. Gabe Vincent. You ain't seen Gabe Vincent play any serious basketball since Miami made their finals run. I mean, since the Lakers got him, he ain't been playing worth a crap. All of a sudden, he comes into the Garden last night and hits 3 threes. So that's the kind of night it was. Okay, that's the kind of night it was. Okay? Yeah, so you're going to get nights like that. This is the league, man. You're going to get nights like that. That's right. 33 assists for the Knicks last night. And then Tom Thibodeau pointed out something very important. It was only like a 4-point game going into the fourth quarter. We were right there. This is the thing I love about this Knicks team. Win, lose, or draw, they ain't going down without a fight. Right? I mean, they going down swinging. You hear what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, this Knicks team is going down swinging. There were times when they had, what's that dude name that changed his name, the Turkish dude that they had to pay $28 million to because it was an expiring deal? What was that Turkish dude's name? He could rebound pretty good. He can't. Tyler Kolek played better defense than him. But anyway, there were Enes Kanter. I remember watching the Knicks play when Enes Kanter was on the team. And I would see the Knicks stroll back on defense. And they're playing teams that would sprint back on defense. Okay, they're playing teams that would sprint back on defense, and they would stroll back. And I said, damn, when are the Knicks going to learn you got to sprint back on defense? And the coaches wouldn't tell them nothing until Tom Thibodeau came. When Tom Thibodeau came, their asses were sprinting back on defense. They would be back on defense, okay? Hey, Richard Baptiste, who is it? Who the hell? Who is it? I don't give 2 craps if LeBron is using steroids or he's not. I don't care. I don't care. Listen, there's a couple of things I want to just bring up. Number 1, basketball is a business. Pro basketball is a business, okay? When you're in business and somebody, listen, let me ask any of y'all a question. Somebody's going to pay you $100 million over 5 years to do something that you're good at. Okay, something that you yourself, you have a talent at. I don't care if it's sewing. I don't care if it's math. I don't care if it's computers. Somebody's going to pay you $100 million over the next 5 years to do this thing. And in order for you to have an edge, you would use steroids. Would you? Would you use steroids to get an edge over your competition to get that $100 million over 5 years? Would you do that? Would you? You can run the 100-meter dash. You could run it in 10 seconds flat. But here is Nike saying, listen, if you could just get to 9.7, we could give you this $20 million a year contract. You know, can you get to 9.7? You ask your coach, can you get to 9.7? He can run 10 flat. But can you get to 9.7? Because we can give him $20 million if he does that. Would you take the steroids? Would you take the steroids to do that, or wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand this whole steroid thing. You're going to ruin your health for the future, right? You're going to ruin your health for the future. Okay, but your children and their children and their children and their children are set. So you just sacrificed your health in order to make 4 generations financially secure. So you're telling me you wouldn't do that? That was about, I remember I was the first Black person to work at this financial planning firm in Connecticut. Bunch of racist redneck dudes, right? And I remember when Kobe had that problem at the hotel in Denver. Y'all recall that? And the chick said he raped me, right? And all of these white dudes, who most of which I knew were cheating on their wives. Well, man, what kind of morality is that? What kind of example is that? That he's cheating on his wife with this maid from the hotel. And so then I got tired of it one day. And then I said, look, have you ever been 19 years old? Did your penis get hard at 19 years old? And imagine you're 19 years old and you got $20 million in your pocket. And every flavor on planet Earth that you ever liked is interested in you because you're 19 years old and you got $20 million in your pocket. Imagine it. Then try to judge Kobe. It amazes me. It amazes me. I don't care about steroids. Do what you do. Do you, boo. Do what you got to do. That's you. Okay? That's you. That's your choice. That's what you do. Okay? You understand? So, is what it is, man. Is what it is. Is what it is. I don't know if LeBron's using steroids. I don't know if he is or he isn't. I don't know if this is rumor. Did they test him? Did they fine him? I don't know. But it don't matter to me. Do you think, man? Do you think? Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have every flavor on planet Earth. What do you like? Halle Berry in her prime? Oh, she's gonna want you. You like Lopez in her prime? This is before she. Anyway, she's gonna like you, right? They're gonna all want you because they know you got 20 million in your pocket, and you don't need the blue pill. You could do your thing without the pill. So how am I gonna judge a boy like that? I could go off further on this, but my wife and I had this discussion the other day. I still don't understand. How could a teacher be accused of raping a teenager? I don't understand that. See, I could see a male teacher accused of raping a female because that's forcing sex. You're forcing yourself on somebody. That's rape. But I don't know, fellas, you ever had a teacher when you was in high school that it's like, damn, you ever had that? You ever had a teacher when you was in high school, you was like, damn, Miss So-and-so, damn. I don't know about y'all, but you know what I'm saying? If Miss So-and-so had said to me, I want to meet you after school, I'll be like, where are we going? Tell me where it is. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just tell me where it is. I'm going to be there. And then I'll be telling all my friends the next day, guess who I was with last night? I was with Miss B, man. Get out of here. You wouldn't know Miss B. Yes, I was. That's what I'm saying. But today they charge Miss B with rape. I don't understand that. I don't get it. But that's just me. I don't understand. How could you rape him? I don't know. My wife said, well, she manipulated him. Manipulate me then. Bring it. That's all I'm saying. Manipulate me, sister. Go on, manipulate me, boy. Please, man, please. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't get it, but whatever. I guess they're trying to avoid that situation where that brother got the woman pregnant like 3 times or whatever when he was like 13 or something. But whatever, man. That's all I'm saying. I never understood how you charge. And some of these ladies be looking young too. They be like 25 and they messing around with the boy 16. That 16-year-old boy's, that's all I'm saying. I'll be patting him on the back, son. Just make sure he's protected, okay? Damn. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, the Mary Kay situation. Right. They're trying to avoid that. But I don't know no young man that ain't sitting in no classroom with somebody with some tight dress on, switching in front of them. And she like, I need you to stay after school. Yes, ma'am. What room we meeting in? I don't get it, but that's just me. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to say when I was 16, I put it this way. I don't think the young boys are saying, she raped me. I don't think they're saying that. They'd be like, damn, why do you have to make everybody know? Damn. That's all I'm saying. Mitch Rob. Tibbs say he close. Right? Tibbs say he close, right? I expected him to be cleared this past Friday, January 31st, but Tibbs said he close. So he said the next step is for him to be cleared, that he's doing everything, he's taking contact, he just needs to be cleared. That's all. So, yeah. That's all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Andrew Abraham. I'm looking for Knicks, if not next week, soon, man. I mean, shoot. Yeah, and so if Mitchell Robinson, so what's your lineup now? So you're going to have Precious Achiuwa. Your front line will be Josh Hart, Precious Achiuwa, Karl-Anthony Towns. Then you're going to have Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson, right? So then you're going to have Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, and either Shamet or Payne, right? That's what you're going to have, right? Shamet or Payne. Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, and either Shamet or Payne. And probably, now I don't know how Tibbs is going. Tibbs got decisions to make, so I don't know how that lineup would work. Who's the first man off the bench? Who's the first guy coming out? I don't know. Usually, lately, the first guy coming. By the way, did you guys notice the first guard off the bench yesterday was Shamet? It's been that way for a couple of games. He don't play as many minutes, but he's the first guard off the bench. And then comes Deuce. And he plays Deuce way more minutes. Like yesterday, Deuce played, let's see here. Deuce played 23 minutes. Shamet played 9 minutes. Cameron Payne played 6 minutes. Precious played 29 minutes, obviously, because OG was out. But that's the way but he's been starting off with Shamet first off the bench. I don't know why. But he's been doing that. And then he don't hardly play Shamet a whole lot after that. Yeah. Yesterday, the Knicks out-rebounded the Lakers. The Knicks really, I mean, if you look at the game, except for the defense on the perimeter, they actually did pretty good yesterday, the Knicks. They out-rebounded the Lakers 44-37. The offensive board was 16-3. They had 33 assists. They had 7 steals. They had 14 turnovers, a little high for the Knicks, a little high, 13 turnovers. Points in the paint, they edged them out pretty even, 54-52. So the Knicks, if you're looking at it on paper, they actually played, it wasn't a bad game, but they gave up 48% shooting from 3. You cannot win in the NBA giving up 48% shooting from 3. You just can't. You're not going to, you're not going to win that game. And that's where the game was lost. Like I said, 48% shooting from 3, that's no good. No good, no bueno, no defense, no bueno. You're not going to win that game. But they're not going to do that every night, obviously. The Knicks have not been doing that every night. They've not been giving up that kind of production from 3 every night. Only on games when they lose, right? They've been doing it. So it's not something that they regularly do. And, of course, the Knicks are, third in the East right now. So let me just see. What are they giving up? I don't know. What are they giving up? The Knicks are shooting themselves 38% from 3. Pretty daggone good. They are. 80% from the line. They're shooting 38%, 49% from the field. The Knicks are playing good, man. We just lost the game Saturday night. That's all. Just lost the game Saturday night. Well, this is what I'm saying, Michael Everhart. He said Deuce should be first. I agree. I'm not going to argue with that. I want Deuce to play as many minutes as I can see him play. But what Tibbs appears to be doing is resting Deuce for later in the game. So he starts off with Shamet, then he takes Shamet out, then he puts Deuce in end of the first, starting the second. So I actually looked at it yesterday. Deuce played the last 3 minutes of the first quarter, and he played the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Then in the third and fourth quarter, he played another 15 minutes. So he uses Deuce more toward the end of the game, it appears to me. And so he uses Shamet to start the game. That's just what he's doing. So Shamet played a total of 9 minutes yesterday, and he played probably 4 of those minutes in the first quarter, but yeah, I don't know. This is the thing, Michael Everhart. Somebody's going to lose minutes, right? It's either going to be Payne or Cam. Now, I didn't expect neither of them to lose minutes while Mitchell Robinson is out. I think he should be doing 9 guys, but when Mitchell Robinson come back, somebody losing their spot. It's either going to be Payne or Shamet. Precious ain't losing no minutes. Deuce ain't losing no minutes. So it's either Payne or Shamet that's going to lose their spot. Somebody losing their spot. And so I don't know which one. I don't know. I can see arguments for both sides, but I don't know. Somebody you losing minutes when Deuce come back. That's definitely gonna happen. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. I mean, when Mitch Rob come back, somebody losing their spot. So I don't know. It's either Payne or Shaman gonna lose their spot. Because like I said, Precious ain't losing his, Deuce ain't losing his, and Mitch ain't gonna be losing nothing either. So Mitch is gonna play. So you gotta be dealing with that. So yesterday, Payne and Shaman together played 15 minutes. That's about what you're gonna get from Mitch Rob to start him off. Probably 15 minutes. There they go. Yeah, the thing is, they both play good defense, though. I think both Payne and Shaman play good defense. They're different, but they play good defense. They both of them do. I think Tibbs accurately described Payne. He's a disruptor. He does. He's a disruptor defensively. I like both of them defensively. Both of those cats can ball defensively. Payne shoots more. He's more aggressive shooter. And I actually do like that. I know some people get frustrated, including myself, some of the shots he puts up, but I understand that's his game. Yeah. With respect to the Knicks and Mo Bamba, Richard Baptiste, the Knicks have had many opportunities to get Mo Bamba, and they passed on everyone. I don't think they're going to be getting Mo Bamba. The Knicks have had, since Mo Bamba come in the league, the Knicks have had multiple opportunities to get him, and they're not interested. Okay, so I'm not holding my breath about Mo Bamba. I don't think he makes that much difference to them. Yeah. Yeah. The Chris Boucher thing, I don't understand. And this is the thing. It happens every year. Okay, so look, you're the Don, right? Just think of yourself. You're the Don. Due diligence, just proper, what do they call that in professions? They call it best practice. You've heard of that term, right? In anybody's job, you have a thing called best practice, so that there's things that you should do in your job as part of making it a best practice, right? So if you're a GM, you're the Don, the president of basketball operations, and you hear somebody's available, you're going to make a phone call to find out what are they looking for this person. Okay, now it's due diligence. Thank you, Coach Hauser. That's right. So you're going to make a phone call. The phone call does not mean you're going to trade for that person. It means you're inquiring as to what the cost might be. So it's like this. You're a guy that buys houses and rents them out. Okay. You got a stable of houses. You're pretty satisfied. You got rental income coming in. But somebody tells you there's this house on the corner that you've kind of liked from the distance, but you've never really pursued it. And somebody said that house might be going on the market. You may not get the house, but you're going to call and say, what are you looking for this house? And you have in your mind a price that house is worth that you can afford. That's how basketball teams do it. So especially the Knicks, because the Knicks are very thorough with their due diligence. I think we would agree with that. Some people think, oh, they missed out on this guy. They weren't interested. They were going to make a phone call to say, okay, you're interested in trading Chris Boucher. What are you looking for him? It's like when they were interested in Donovan Mitchell. I think we could all agree, right, that when Donovan Mitchell was on the Utah Jazz, the Knicks were interested in acquiring him. So they looked into how much do you want? What is the cost of Donovan Mitchell? Right? So now the Don looks into a cost. Now he's already got in his mind, this is what I'm willing to pay. He's not going to say that, but he knows this is what I'm willing to pay for Donovan Mitchell. So he calls Jack the Ripper. And Jack the Ripper says, well, I'm looking for 10 number ones. I'm looking for all your young talent to get Donovan Mitchell. And Don, okay, bye, thanks. And that's it. That's it. Okay. So you like apples and you usually get them for $1 a pound. So you go to the supermarket and now they're $5 a pound. You say, okay, I guess I'm not getting apples this week. They're too expensive. I like apples, but $5, I'm used to getting them for $1. I think the right price might be $2, but you're charging too much. Okay. That does not mean that they're going to actually get the guy. So they're looking at Chris Boucher because he's a good player. He's a good three-point shooter coming off your bench. He plays good defense. 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. Okay, he's not your rim protector. But see, you kind of got Chris Boucher with Precious Achiuwa. So why would you want to have two of them? Then you got Mitchell Robinson coming back, unless you're trading Mitchell Robinson, but then you're missing a rim protector, right? So they probably inquired about the cost of Chris Boucher. That does not mean they're making a trade for Chris Boucher. Okay? That does not mean they're going to do that. So that's what kills me. It gets on Twitter and all of a sudden the Knicks are trading for Chris Boucher. No. He might have made a phone call to see how much is he going to cost. And if they say, well, we're going to need Mitchell Robinson, we're going to need Deuce McBride. Okay, thanks, I appreciate it. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. Okay? That's the end of the conversation. It's like y'all heard that San Antonio was looking at who are they looking at recently? Was it Jimmy Butler? No, De'Aaron Fox. So San Antonio is looking at De'Aaron Fox. So there's a call made. Well, what is the cost of De'Aaron Fox? And so the Kings say, well, we want Stephen Castle. And San Antonio says, no deal. We could talk to you about De'Aaron Fox, but we're not including Stephen Castle in any deal. Okay, that's how these things work. All right, so what else are you willing to give up? Okay, we can maybe talk, and they may even have discussions, but Stephen Castle's not part of the deal. It's like we got Karl Anthony Towns. So the call was made, we'll offer you Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns. And Minnesota said, no, we're not interested in those two players. We got Rudy Gobert. We got a good bench. We're not worried about it. No, we don't need that. Then they said, listen, if you really are interested in Karl Anthony Towns, we need Dante DiVincenzo. And you need to make these salaries work. And the Knicks are like, we really weren't trying to trade Dante DiVincenzo. And all of us understand why, right? We're really not trying to trade Dante DiVincenzo. And Minnesota's like, if you want Karl Anthony Towns, we need DiVincenzo. So they'll say, well, we're willing to give you Julius Randle. Yeah, cool, fine. But we need DiVincenzo. And that went all the way until the week of the trade, when the Knicks finally said, damn, we hate to give up Dante, but damn, imagine if we had Karl Anthony Towns. Deal done. That's how these things work. So in order to get a Chris Boucher, well, first we can rule out Precious going back to Toronto. The Knicks are not going to do that. The Don is too smart for that. So he's not going to take 25-year-old Precious Achiuwa and get 31-year-old Chris Boucher that he just got from Toronto for RJ Barrett and RQ. He's not doing it. So forget that. So then you're talking about Mitchell Robinson. Okay, so if you trade Mitchell Robinson for Chris Boucher, it works because Boucher's money, I think, is below Mitch Robinson's $14 million, and it's got to take in less than they send out. That would work. But, okay, so you're now making Precious Achiuwa your permanent backup center? I can't see that. That makes no sense to me because you're using Precious Achiuwa as a backup center now, but he's out of position. You want to maximize him, he needs to be a 4. Okay, he needs to be a 4. So you want to play him beside Mitchell Robinson, beside Karl Anthony Towns. You really, unless you have to, you don't want to be using him as your backup 5. So you're going to have Chris Boucher as your backup 5? I don't think so. Chris Boucher is not a backup 5. Chris Boucher is a 3-4 with a 7-foot wingspan. See? So that's why I'm wondering, okay, where is this coming from? It's a phone call. That's where I look at this and I say, okay, what does it, like somebody asked me the other day, I think it was KNYT, right? You said, what about Yabusele from Philly? And I'm like, well, why would Philly do that? Why would Philly trade a guy that is a pretty good all-round player? He can rebound for his size. He can guard bigger guys. He's very active both sides of the ball. Okay, he's not a superstar, but why would you trade him? And he's on an expiring contract. Why would you trade him? You're Philadelphia. You got too much money invested in Embiid and PG-13. Why would you trade an expiring contract for Jericho Sims, who's just learning that he could actually go up with the basketball from underneath the basket when he gets the rebound. Why would you do that? And he, the money works. Tibbs wouldn't mind it, but why would you do that? If you're Philly, why would you do it? Why would Philly do that? Like all of these players saying, well, Houston, man, maybe we can get Cam Whitmore for Jericho Sims and whoever. Cam Whitmore. I was like, what, you think Houston is stupid now? You guys know how good Cam Whitmore is? Do you know how much talent you're talking about here? And then someone said, well, I heard that he's creating problems in the Houston locker room. Oh, that's the reason the Knicks won. We want a guy that creates problems in the locker room, don't we? That's all I'm saying, y'all. You got to think about it. And then maybe we can get Cam Whitmore. Maybe they'll trade Tari Eason. Come on, man. Jimmy Butler wants to be, and I'm going to say, let me go out on a limb and say that Kendrick Perkins is telling the truth and knows what the hell he's talking about. Let me just say that. Not always, but in this scenario, let's use that as the basis of this hypothesis. Okay, Mr. Rios? So let's assume that what he said is true. And what Kendrick Perkins says is that the Phoenix Suns have a standing 3-year, $120 million offer of extension on the table for Jimmy Butler. Let's assume that's true. So if that's true, then the deal has to be, what does Pat Riley want in exchange for Jimmy Butler? So let me ask you, if you're Pat Riley, what do you want? Well, let's not even name a player. Let's say in a template. Don't you want a young, talented, cheap player? If you're, what you don't want is Beal. You don't want Bradley Beal. If I'm Pat Riley, I do not want Bradley Beal. He's going to just add to my headache. I'm not saying he's a bad attitude, but he's a big contract. He ain't helping nobody win. I don't want that. So what do you want? Can I get? I want to need a third team, because maybe Pat Riley feels like Zach LaVine might help him. I wouldn't, but Pat might feel I need Zach LaVine. If I'm giving up Jimmy Butler, I want Zach LaVine. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so now you got to get. It becomes very complicated. So it's not as simple as getting Jimmy Butler, because in order to get Jimmy Butler in Phoenix, you got to move Bradley Beal. That salary's got to move. So I don't know how they do that. I don't know. So where does he end up was the question. Your guess is as good as mine. I would say Phoenix would be the obvious answer to me. But I don't know how easily can you move Bradley Beal. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he has a no trade clause. I know he does. So I don't know. But if you're a player that you're going to get your money, so I don't know, what is Bradley Beal making? $40 million? If you're going to get your money regardless of what team you're on, and your team doesn't want you, I mean, that's really what they're saying, isn't it? So they're telling Bradley Beal, can we get rid of you and get Jimmy Butler? Can we get rid of you, Bradley? How can we get rid of you? That's what they're really saying. So Bradley Beal is making $50 million this year. So they're saying, how could we get rid of you? Oh, you don't want to go to Miami? Okay, talk to us. We don't want you. We don't want to pay you the $50 million. We'd rather have Jimmy Butler. So what are you saying if you're Bradley Beal? You're going to get your $50 million no matter what team you're on. So if I'm Bradley Beal, I'm saying, okay, I don't want to be in Charlotte. Right? Don't send me to Charlotte. I'm not approving that trade. So talk to me about something else. So I don't know. I don't know what teams Bradley Beal is interested in, but Pat Riley's like, I don't want him. I'm not paying him no $50 million. Because they got him $50 million this year, $54 million next year, and he's got a player option for $57 million in 3 years. That's a bad contract. I mean, right? Would y'all do that? I wouldn't. That's a bad contract. So where he's going to end up, I don't know. I know Phoenix wants him and he wants Phoenix. There's mutual love there. I don't know how it gets done, though. So you got to convince Bradley Beal to go somewhere. unless Chicago is willing to eat Beal, right? So Chicago sends Levine to Miami. Miami sends Butler to Phoenix, and Phoenix sends Beal to Chicago. If I'm Chicago, you ask me to eat this $50 million, I'm gonna need some picks, man. I'm gonna need some picks. You better get somebody in here. Give me 3 number ones. I need some picks. Give me some picks. I need that. Give me some relief, and we could talk about that. That's what we'd have to do. Okay, it had to be something like that. So it's gonna be hard. This is the problem when you lock into these guys with these big contracts, because it's hard to move them, especially now. They don't have much to offer. Phoenix, I'm saying. I don't want Ryan Dunn, Oso Gadaro. 2 second for what? You need $50 million. I need $50 million. These kids ain't got that. So where is this? Where's the money? Show me the money. Yeah, so you can send Levine to Miami, that $43 million, and then you could add something to make it work. Okay, then you could send Butler to Phoenix, and you got to get Beal out of Phoenix. So Chicago got to eat Beal. I don't know. See, yeah, Beal is not. He's not worth that. He's not worth anything near that money at all. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, because you locked into him for a minute. Maybe you could get Joel Embiid involved. If I'm Philly, I'm trying to get rid of Embiid as fast as I can. If I'm Philly, I'm giving up on Joel Embiid. Get rid of him as fast as you can. So if I can get rid of him, I'm in. How do I get rid of him? Even for Bradley Beal, I might do it. Get me out of here with Embiid. You want to take PG-13 too? Take him too. Shoot. Yeah, I understand that, Richard Beck. That's what I'm saying. So the fact is, to move Jimmy Butler is going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. You first, you need a team with the money to take him and assets to give you back. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm starting over. If I'm Philly, I'm trading PG-13. I'm getting rid of Embiid, and I'm building around Tyrese Maxey. I'm starting with him. I trade Embiid to yesterday. What? A dude getting $55 million on a bad leg? Get me out of this deal. And Daryl Morey needs to be fired. Like yesterday. Fire this guy. Get somebody else that can build a team. Please. Get rid of this guy. He throw money at every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'm sorry. Man, I don't care. You get me out of PG-13 and get me out of Embiid. Get me out as soon as possible. I would have did this last year. Not this year, last year. I would never even say. I let when somebody said, "Oh, Philly's going to be a serious contender." I said, "Wait, how old is PG-13? And how much are they paying him?" Some people tripping. Talking about delusional. I was like, y'all crazy. I never considered Philadelphia a serious threat in the East at all. Not at all. I was like, nah, Richard Baptiste. There were people like, no, I got to watch out for Philly. Oh, and I was like, the Knicks going to be top 3 or top 2 in the East. Well, don't forget about Philly. Like, Philly who? I was like, Philly who? They got PG-13 and Embiid. Man, get the hell out of here, man. We ain't trading playing cards. This ain't NBA 2K, man. Nah, Philly done. Oh man. I know Stephen A. Stupid that's why we call him Stephen A. Stupid. Last night, I didn't even watch. I listened to a little bit of Doris Burke, but Richard Jefferson was like, it was like vinegar in my eyes, man. It was like smoke in my eyes and vinegar in my teeth. I couldn't. I just threw on my Mobb Deep, and I threw on my stuff, man. And I was listening to it. I could not do it. I was like, nah, I can't. No, shut up, no, move. The only time I turned the sound on after that was when I saw OG get hurt. I wanted to hear the report, about what happened, but once I heard that it was a sprained foot, I said, could you get back to the music, back to our regularly scheduled music. Oh, man. It's just his voice, too. Richard Jefferson is annoying. He's like that boy you just want to slap in the head when you was in school. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Just annoying. Oh my God. Will you shut up? Oh my God. Oh. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? It'd be good for you. So anyway, yeah, wasn't worried about no Philly. If I'm Philly, I'm getting rid of Embiid. I will pay you to take him off my hand. How much do I pay you to give him to you? You want him? Shit. Oh, can I get some? I would like some draft picks though. Shoot, Donnell 140 Street. What's up? I would like some draft capital. Can I get some draft capital for this, brother? Y'all got to understand. This was another point I wanted to bring up. I was listening to various people, even going back to Clyde Frazier. Clyde, there was a statement he said, "I gave my all to this franchise, and they traded me, right?" And the Knicks traded him to Cleveland. That did cause me to not be a Knicks fan for like 2 or 3 years. I was so mad at that. But it's a business, right? And then D Rose said, "I gave my all to Chicago, and it didn't mean anything to them." And I thought to myself, "No, wait a minute, D Rose, you got paid over $100 million from these guys. Over $100 million. That's not including $150 million. You got what his sneaker deals with Adidas, right? So like, what are you talking about, man?" I was like, D Rose, you the realest dude. What the hell are you talking about? This is a business, man. Listen, if you ever had any study of slavery in America, that's pro sports. There's a lot more money involved, but it's the same game. So in slavery, what they'd weigh the guy, they'd look at his teeth. They'd look at his teeth to see how many years of service that he could give. They'd weigh him. They'd see how strong he was. And sometimes they even make him jump. What was his vertical leap? Because they wanted to see how strong his legs were. That's the combine for the NFL. That's the summer league. That's the combine for the NBA. They weigh you, measure you. How many years of service can we get from you? Are you going to be worth the money at this slot? And then once they decide, not you, the people paying you decide, okay, we cannot get that level of production for him that we got when he was in his 5th year. Okay, can we trade him and get a better value for that slot? See, players think, and some fans think, that there's some loyalty. The closest loyalty I have seen is with the Don, who traded Obi to Indiana for nothing to help Obi. That's the closest loyalty I've seen. And that's it. There's no loyalty. What are you doing for me is what the team is asking. What are you doing for the $200 million I'm paying you? What are you doing for me? Oh, you hurt your knee? That's too bad. Can I trade you? I'll eat the money. Can I trade you and get somebody younger in that spot? See? The Lakers don't have LeBron James because he won 4 championships. He's a multiple-time MVP. No, they got LeBron James for what he did last night. Triple-double on the Knicks at MSG. That's why he's still playing. The minute he slows down and some young cats are ready to make him look stupid, they're ready to get rid of him. That's what happened to any player. I don't care who it is. Dr. J was a legend in Philadelphia. And Larry Bird made him retire. Larry Bird dropped 42 and Doc had 6. And Larry Bird was coming down. You're too old to play. You can't play no more. Stop. You should retire, Doc. I'm going to come down right here in this spot and I'm going to shoot a 3 in your face. And he did it. He had Doc grabbing this brother by his neck to strangle him. But that's what happens in pro sports. When you're too slow, it happens a lot in football. You can't run 4-4 no more? Oh, shoot. Franchise tag. Oh, we cutting you. You can't run 4-4 no more. What happened to all them sacks you used to get? Okay, we done with you now. That's the way it is, man. That's why myself, when the Knicks draft a guy like Jericho Sims, I'm not ready to just give up on him because I want the boy to succeed. I know how the game works. I don't want to play it like that. Some people say, well, he never was a great backup. Look, come on, man, stop. Let the boy live. That's all I'm saying. So they're going to trade him. I hope he does good. Wherever he goes, I hope he does very well. Hope he does very well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. It's really a slave market on a very high level. It's pro sports. Yeah, I always felt like that. I mean, look, Craig Ward, what are they doing? They're running 40-yard dash. They're doing vertical leg. How many times can you bench press a 225 pounds? That's slave stuff, man. They're just very high price slaves. Like Mr. T said, I'm still a slave. My price tag is higher. And look, what you think? The owner of Dallas, when they got Deion Sanders, and he's paying Deion at that time, it was like a record $35 million. You think he's paying Deion $35 million because he looks handsome? You know how much money he's gonna make on Deion Sanders? You think that the Mets are gonna pay this boy $700 million because they're gonna lose money on him? You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So it's a slave market, but they're getting paid big money. They're getting paid more money in 1 year than most of us will see in our entire lifetime. Our working lifetime as an adult will not see the money that LeBron James makes in 1 year. You're not going to get. Some of us are not even going to make the amount of money they make in a month. You're not ever going to see that. Okay, forget it. A guy that's like OG Anunoby's getting what, 212 million over, is it 5 years? I think he signed a 5-year deal. So he's going to get $40 million per year. If the NBA is the same as it was when I was around it in the 90s, that means they get paid over a 10-month period. They get paid $40 million over a 10-month period. That's $4 million. They get paid twice a month. So they get paid twice a month. He's going to get $2 million every 2 weeks. After taxes, it's $1 million every 2 weeks. I will take 1 month of his after-tax salary and I'll be fine for life. Most of us ain't going to see no money like that, ever. Okay? The owners ain't paying that money unless they getting it back. They're going to, what you think, they became billionaires like by luck? These cats ain't playing. That's what I'm saying. That's why it was a year and a half. And I said, you know what? The Knicks should call Minnesota about Karl Anthony Towns. And the reason I gave wasn't because he was so much better than Julius Randle. The reason I gave is because I said the owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves is not going to want to pay the luxury tax that he's going to have to pay by paying Karl Anthony Towns $50 million. And I was right, because he don't. He traded in $50 million for what? Drew make what, 32? So he saves $18 million, probably about $9 million of real money in taxes. So that's all that was about. It wasn't about, well, can we be a better team if we trade? No, that wasn't what he said. Oh no, I'm not reaching up. If I could save $9 million, bye, Karl. Bye. You can go to New York. Let Jolin pay you that money. That I ain't paying. That's all I'm saying. And it ain't like he wouldn't make money off Cat, even paying him 50. But he's saying that's real $9 million. I got to take out my pocket and give to the NBA. Hell no. I'm keeping that. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping that money. Wouldn't you? That's why I said, oh, so I see this problem coming. They got to pay this brother 50 million or 49, whatever, then 53, then 60. I said, oh no, that one ain't gonna want to do that. Not if they ain't winning no championship. He ain't doing that. So he's like, okay. I said, Knicks should call Minnesota about Karl Anthony Towns because he's going to be available. And he was. That's what I was telling y'all. That's what I was saying. See, so, yeah. So it's a slave market. The owners are the masters and the players are the slaves. And they get what they get. And as long as they can produce, they're going to get paid. Sure. Whatever and that's what I'm saying. Everybody in the NBA is paid to play a specific role. They're not paid to do it all. They have a role. Okay. So we're talking about OG Anunoby. What is he paid to do? To lock down 1 through 5 on defense. That's what he's being paid to do. What is Jalen Brunson paid to do? To score. to score at a high level, to control the game from the point guard spot. That's what he's being paid to do. He's not being paid to play high-level defense. Deuce McBride is. He's on the team because he could lock down any guard on the other team, with a couple of exceptions, right? That's why he's there. That's his role. If he can score too, oh, man, now he's really an asset, right? That's what they do. Yep. So that's the way the game works. If you understand that, then you see the game, you can see what's coming, because now you can see, okay, how's the money work? Why would anybody want to take on Bradley Beal's $50 million contract? Well, nobody would. So you got to induce them to do that. There's got to be some inducement. That would mean first round picks and young talent plus an expiring deal. That would cause them to do it. But I don't know anybody's going to come back with that. Yeah, is that what he said? I believe that, because I don't know why they did that. That don't make no sense to me. You just gave up a 25-year-old prodigy for an injury-prone 31-year-old. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, it could be AD decide, you know what? Oh, I'm going to show you I still got something, and come in with Kyrie, and they could do business. These are very talented individuals now, but history of both of them shows me that is unlikely, right? I mean, what do y'all think? I'm just saying it's unlikely. AD ain't that dude that brings you to the chip. He ain't that dude. LeBron is. Luka is. He's them dudes that get you into the finals. I don't think AD is that guy. Not unless he got a guy like that, like a LeBron or a Luka with him. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's some, and I'll be seeing some stuff on Knicks Twitter. I'll be like, and who says no? I'll be like, I say I don't even answer your stupid ass question. So here's the trade. Who says no? I'll be like, oh my God, man. Are you kidding me? Oh God. Luka's already led his team to the finals. We're not guessing about that. He's already done it. Okay, so we're not even guessing. He can do that. LeBron has got 4 championship rings, and he was in the finals before he got his first ring. He took his team at age 22 with nobody but him to lose to San Antonio. So he's done it already. Luka and LeBron are already proved. See, once somebody does something, you no longer need to speculate as to whether they can do it. So, like, if Usain Bolt ran 10 flat in 100 meters, will you guess and say, I wonder if Usain Bolt can run 10 flat in 100 meters? No, you don't guess anymore, because he's already done it. Can he run under 10 flat? Yes, he's already done that too. So that once somebody does it, there's no need to guess whether they can do it anymore. Luka has already led his team at age 24 to the NBA Finals. At age 24. He's not in his prime yet. You don't trade that. I'm sorry. That's crazy. You don't trade that. You do not trade that. Woo, that's crazy, man. I don't know what they was thinking, but the Lakers, who is it? Rob Pelinka? Give Rob the trophy, right? Give him the trophy as executive of the year. I'm not saying they're going to win the chip. I'm saying give him executive of the year right now. Just give it to him, because give him executive of the year. He got Dallas to give him Luka Doncic. And look, let me ask you all a question. How many first-round picks is Luka worth? You trade Luka Doncic, okay? You've decided you're going to trade him. Maybe he slept with your sister or your daughter. Maybe he raped your daughter, and you trade him. How many first-round picks are you going to get for him? How many? How many first? I'm asking for at least 3. What did they get for Donovan Mitchell? I'm asking for at least 3. They got 1. They got 1 number 1 pick. That's it. And Anthony Davis. I don't know. I don't know. How many did Rudy get? HRM great. They got 5 for him, and they got at least 4 for Donovan Mitchell. You talking about Luka Doncic? Always talking in his name in the MVP conversation. He's always in the MVP conversation. He's only 25, and you telling me you got 1 number 1 pick for him, and Anthony Davis? I'm sorry. I'm not eating no cheese. I'm not eating no. I'm eating X-Lax and I'm crapping all over that one, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna throw some X-Lax down. I ain't eating no cheese, and I'm gonna squat and I'm a flush on you because that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That is the dumbest trade I've ever seen, man. I'm gonna just flush on you and then use the bidet. Forget it because you just messed up. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, man. They got one number one pick. No, but Baptisto, one. So you're gonna get him in one pick? He's 31. Wait, where let me. How old is this brother too? How old is Anthony Davis? I know he's 31, but when he gonna be? Is he gonna be 32 like next month or something? Because if that, let me see. AD is born March 11th, 93. He's about to be 32 years old. This cat can't even walk in his living room with a bowl of ice cream without hurting himself. And you, number one, that's all you got. The other night, I watched them play, and I see him walk off the court into the locker room and say, what the hell's wrong now? I'm watching him. He's walking off the court, and he's walking right to the locker room. I said, what the hell's wrong with him? Oh, he got a torn oblique. Oh, like, there he is, Anthony Ambulance. And I'm going to tell you something. He's a great talent, though. He's a great talent now. But the Lakers are better without him. The Lakers are actually a better team without him. I'm going to tell you right now. They got available guys. Listen, throw Jackson Hayes in there. Throw Jackson Hayes in there. You got Dorian Finney-Smith. You got. He said he felt betrayed. How much are they paying this betrayed fool? How much are they paying him? Let me see. How much money the betrayed guy? Poor guy. How much money is he getting? This poor betrayed guy. How much money did they trade? You know how much the New Orleans got for him? Let me see. Anthony Davis. Damn, they done already removed him for Spotrac. Damn, they done already removed him. They ain't wasting no time. Spotrac ain't even playing. They already removed this boy. All right, let's look at Dallas. They must got him in there. All right. Anthony Davis is getting $43 million this year. $43 million. He signed, let me see, that's pretty good money if you can get it right. He signed, let me see, a 3-year, $175 million with $175 million guaranteed, an average salary of $58 million. Yes, that sounds like he was betrayed to me. What do y'all think? He was betrayed, right? He must have been. I mean, who could live on $58 million a year? I mean, the guy sacrificed to be in Los Angeles. How do you expect him to feed his family on $58 million? You know how much taxes he's got to pay? Poor guy. Oh my gosh. Betrayed, is he? Yeah, and well, you know what? The Ripper ended up getting 2 second-round picks. And who did he get? He got a good player, too. The Ripper ended up getting 2 second-round picks, and he got a good player. I forgot who he got. Let me just see who this fool got. Whoever does business with Jack the Ripper, you got to be out of your cotton picking mind. Hold on, let me see. Who did they get? Was it Max Christie? No, Max Christie went to Dallas. They got somebody. Oh, Jalen Hood-Schifino, about $3.9 million. They got Schifino and 2 second-round picks in the deal, just for being involved. Probably help him facilitate the deal. My goodness, man. Now, I think something happened with Luka internally. I don't know what it is, but something happened, and they gave him away. Let me ask, I mean, look, if they'd have made it, because look, somebody was like, well, somebody asked me, I think it was Everhart. You said, well, how come, the wise man didn't know about this beforehand? Well, he ain't one of them dudes. He's for the Knicks, right? So he's gonna tell you what's going on with Knicks land. But Ian Begley, he's Knicks guy. So and they don't got no more Woj bombs. That's out now. So now you got Shams, and Shams did report it. But what I'm saying is, let me ask you a question. If it was put out by either Luka's agent or the Dallas organization that Dallas was looking to trade Luka Doncic, right? Let's assume it was put out by either Luka's agent or the Dallas organization that they're looking to trade Luka Doncic. Don't you realize how many teams would be the Knicks, everybody would be knocking on the door. What do you want? What is he going to cost? How do we get him? Everybody's going to be knocking on the door for Luka Doncic. Everybody. Every team. There's no team that wouldn't be making a phone call. That phone would be ringing off the hook. Do you remember when Phil Jackson suggested that they were going to trade KP? And that phone was ringing off the hook. Everybody was calling. Well, how much you want? What you want from him? Boston was really willing to give up Jaylen Brown for number 1 picks, all kind of stuff to get KP at that time. They should have did it. But anyway, seeing what happened later. But so if they'd have made it known that they were trading Luka Doncic, man, that phone would have been ringing. They'd have got whatever they wanted. They'd have got. Whatever they wanted, they'd have got. But instead, they did everything on the DL. They end up with 1 number 1 pick in Anthony Davis. And Max Christie is a pretty good player, too. He's pretty good. They got Max Christie, a nice young guy, nice young player. I mean, as far as I don't know what he is personally, but I'm saying they got a nice young player in Max Christie plus. Oh, God, I don't know. That's crazy, man. Max Christie's like 20-something. He is, that boy. 21, he'll be 22. He'll be 22 this week or next week. Young boy. Woj is the general manager for the University of, St. Bonaventure. Woj is the basically he's the athletic director for St. Bonaventure right now. That was his alma mater. Wojnarowski is. His alma mater was St. Bonaventure, upstate New York, and that's where he's at. Yeah, they were offering like Jaylen Brown and 5 number 1s. They were offering some crazy stuff, Boston, to get KP. Should have took it, right? But that's what I'm saying. But imagine if Dallas let it known that they were going to trade like Phil Jackson did. He said, we're taking calls on KP. He missed his end of the year interview. So we're taking calls. Imagine if Dallas said, well, we think we're going to move on from Luka Doncic. Man, you'd have had 28 teams calling, begging them. What do you want? What do you want for him? Shoot. They'd have got anything they wanted, man. They'd have got at least 3 number 1s. I know. See what I'm saying? So they didn't put him on the market. They did the DL, and all of a sudden everybody found out Saturday night that Luka was traded. But something happened, man. He must have done. I don't know what he did. I don't know who he pissed off, but he pissed somebody off to be trading a 25-year-old prodigy for a 32-year-old dude and 1 number 1 pick. That I don't know. I don't know. See, and then so now if you are Dallas, and let's be honest, seriously, how many games you think AD gonna play for Dallas next year before he gets hurt? And they're paying him a guaranteed $50-something million. How many games is he gonna play next year before he gets hurt? I mean, really, how many games you think he's gonna play? I don't know. I can tell. I don't think he's gonna play 72. I don't think he is. They're paying him $54 million next year. They're paying Kyrie Irving to have a player option for $44 million. Then they got Klay Thompson OS, and then they got PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. They got a whole bunch of other guys, but Kyrie is a player option for $44 million next year. So he's gonna probably, I don't know, he might opt out. Kyrie might opt out. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy stuff, though, man. I'm still shaking my head. I cannot believe that they did that. I just can't believe this. In this day and age where teams are the parity is so strong now, because everybody is coming to a critical mass where everybody's got the same knowledge. They're understanding what they need to do is the same formula. Everybody understands that. Somebody gave away Luka Doncic. Wow. Oh, you think it was the money? Maybe you know what? You know what though? Everhart, you might have a I didn't know that. See, Everhart says he was due a $385 million extension. Well, let me tell you, I don't believe that the Lakers will have a problem paying him. I don't believe they're gonna have a problem paying him the $385 million. I don't think so. I don't think so. Luka, and he's going to be all NBA again this year. So you got no, he can't be. Oh, wait a minute. He's not going to get that much though, Michael, because he can't be all NBA. He has to play 65 games, and I think he's missed too many games. Did y'all? I think I heard. Did y'all hear that? I think he's missed too many games to get the 385. I think he's missed. I think he's missed too many games because he would have to be all NBA again, right? And I don't think he's going to be this year because he's missed too many games. He's not going to be eligible for postseason awards. He's missed too many games. Well, if he gets $250 million from the Lakers, that is a steal. If I'm him, I do one of them deals where I'm only signing a 2-year deal because he can get a lot more money than that. He's 25. He's going to get. He got 43 due to him this year, 45, 46 next year, 49 a year after that as a player option. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. We see what happens. But whatever the money is, I don't think the buses are going to have a problem paying. Right? I don't think Jeannie is going to have a problem signing that check. I don't think she is. I don't think Jeannie Buss is going to have a problem signing that check. I don't think so. I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. They'll sign that deal. I think he did, Omar. Somebody said he sold 70-something% of his stake, and he made several $1 billion. Let's see, Mark Cuban, Dallas stake. Let's see. Let's see. No, it's not clear. How much equity does he have? 27%. Yeah, so he sold 73%. Somebody did say, I think it was you, Senior. Somebody said, I think he sold 73% of his Dallas stake, which was worth a lot of freaking money. And he got 27% of the team. Yeah, he got 27% of the team. That's what it says here. I'm looking at this is from Afrotech. No, is it Afrotech? Yes, it's Afrotech. He maintains 27% stake in Dallas and is in control of its basketball operations. Wait a minute. So look, this is what he said. He now maintains a 27% stake in Dallas, and he is in control of its basketball operations as well as serves as the alternate governor, according to the NBA. So he did have to make this decision. This was Mark Cuban. This was Mark Cuban. Yo, y'all heard that? This was Mark Cuban. He made this decision. He's in control of the basketball operations. He made this deal. So you lose Brunson. He walks for nothing. You sign Kyrie Irving to a tremendous deal. You let Kristaps Porzingis walk. And now you just get 32-year-old Anthony Davis for 25-year-old Luka Doncic. I'm sorry. Cuban, instead of people whining and talking about when is Dolan going to sell the team, somebody could say, when are we going to get rid of Cuban? That's what y'all should really be saying. When are we going to get rid of Cuban? Even if you're right, let's assume you're right, Mark Hart. Let's assume it's about the money. Don't you think you can get a better deal than Anthony Davis and one number one? You see what I'm saying? Couldn't you involve a third team and get some number one picks? Something happened. Luka must have been caught at the pool with Mark's girlfriend. I don't know. Because something must have happened, man. Because I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because you could get better. You could do better. You could have still ended up with Anthony Davis or somebody that's an expiring deal and got a whole bunch more number one picks. I'm sorry, Cuban got ripped off. He allowed himself to get ripped off. It's not that easy, Patrick. Patrick, I don't think so. If you retire and you lose your contract, that wouldn't be smart. I don't think they do that. That wouldn't be smart. That's a lot of money you're leaving on the table. So no player is going to do that. Today, when players get ready to retire, they wait till their contract is about to be up before they retire. Even Derek Nowitzki did that. He got his money, and he wasn't playing that much no more, and they waited for his money to retire. And yeah, that's how they did. So they're going to get their money. Guys going to get their money. Yeah, they're going to get their money, man. Did they? Mark and Jalen? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, Joe Curry, you ain't going to get no argument from me. I think there's a high percentage chance that Mr. Davis, unfortunately, doesn't make it through 72 games next year. I don't think so. But dad, man, I'm glad it's not us. Anyway, listen, the Knicks play tomorrow night against the Houston Rockets. And let's hope the Knicks can regroup from this perimeter defense debacle that happened last night. Let's hope everybody's ready. Let's hope that Precious steps in for OG and does a bang-up job tomorrow. And let's get let's let Precious get 18 points, 18 boards. How about that? Let's try that. Let's try that on for side. Let's let Deuce come off the bench and drop 20. Do something like that. Anthony Ambulance has got a new home. He's in Big D now. Anthony Ambulance in Big D now. Yeah. Well, good for him. We wish him the best. But here in New York, we're moving on. Okay? We're moving on. Yeah, well, I don't know if the NBA is making it hard for us to land Zion or Donovan. I think people are speculating. You have no idea. I think Donovan's cost was too much and that Don had a price and said no thanks. I think that's what it was. I don't think it's the NBA making it hard for us to do that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let us get Karl-Anthony Towns. People were complaining about the Knicks getting Karl-Anthony Towns. Yeah. No, Joe Curry, I think OG is probably going to be out at least until through the All-Star break, but we'll find out. The Knicks will tell us more probably tomorrow about OG, but I doubt very seriously he plays tomorrow, unless that was really looked worse than it is. I don't see him playing tomorrow. It'd be nice if he was playing tomorrow, but the X-ray was negative, so. Yeah, Roman 77, they traded ambulance. Oh, gosh, man. Yeah, so, yeah. All-Star break is after February 12th. The All-Star weekend is the 14th, 15th, and 16th. The games start to be played again on the 20th of February. So the February 12th is the last games in the season before the All-Star break. The 14th, 15th, and 16th, that's All-Star weekend. And then the 20th, the games start back again. So, yeah. Yeah, so here we come. And so I'm thinking OG will miss this week. He'll miss next week. And he'll come back after the break. I'm hoping we get Mitchell Robinson for Boston Saturday night. That would be nice. Yeah. He didn't say that, Thomas Days. The sister asked him point blank, is this the last time we're going to see you at Madison Square Garden? And he smiled and said, we'll see. So we didn't get a direct answer from him. I don't want to speculate, but we'll see. Oh, Mark Everhart, I'm having trouble. I had a little momentum on it about a month ago with my man Castle King carried the one, and then we kind of fizzled out on it. Yeah, we'll see. But I kind of fizzled out on it. Yeah. Well, that's it, Thomas Days. I guess what I'm saying to you is I won't discuss the speculative stuff like that. We discussed enough speculation today. Yeah, I do, Michael Everhart. You want to give me your help? Email me. Send me something. Email me. We could talk for sure. I tried to reach out. My men's is too busy, so try to reach out, but it fizzled out. We had a meeting, then it fizzled out. I do need an impetus. So, Michael Everhart, if you're interested, I invite you to send me an email and we can discuss it. Yeah, no, but he's no longer majority owner, Anderson, but he controls the basketball operations. He has 27% interest in the team, and he controls basketball operations, which means he makes the decisions, which means he made this decision. Not yet, Michael Everhart. I got an idea in my head, but we got to discuss it. Yeah, I got to draw. I got to make a crude drawing, and I'm not a good drawer. I got to make a crude drawing to give you an idea of what we're looking for. Yeah. All right. We getting ready to get me some chicken. I am hungry. I'm going to get some Peruvian chicken. Sundays are usually designed for Peruvian chicken. And we're going to go there and get that. Y'all, please enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's get this W tomorrow. The Knicks had a bad game yesterday. Let's come back strong, do this thing. Let's hope Deuce come off the bench for 20 tomorrow. Let's hope they start Precious and he bang 18 boards tomorrow. Yeah, let's do that. I am starving, man. Yeah, I'm going to get me some pollo. I'm going to have me about 2 pieces of half a chicken. I'm going to have me a chicken, half a chicken, 3/4 of a chicken. I'm getting ready to eat this thing. Y'all enjoy it, baby. Shalom.